Go.
Hi, my name is Dimitrios Vlahakis. I'm the author of the book, out of print right now, at least temporarily, Conversations with God, or Philosophical Conversation with God. Somehow God didn't like Conversation with God for the first page, so I changed it into Philosophical Conversations, only the cover page. I know I'm an oracle. I've been predicting practically everything, all kinds of disasters since I was a little kid. Unfortunately, I even predicted 9/11. Unfortunately, people that I tried to help with finances, and they promised me they're going to help me with the book, they just stole the book. And they made tens of millions of dollars. I think they were hundreds of millions. They were homeless before and drinking and drug taking. It's not so much that they took the money and they took the book or they butchered the book as much as it is I couldn't prove, I couldn't convince the authorities about the 9/11 disaster. You know, and that really bothers me, and I'm getting old. As you can see, those of you that you know me, I lost a lot of weight. It's called stress. As you get older, there's a sense of guilt that takes over your soul, and that causes psychosomatic problems. I don't think there is another psychic in the world or an oracle that knows as much as I do. Let me give you a few examples. Years ago, people claimed they saw paradise or they went to paradise by going through some beam of light. The problem is nobody else saw the light. And there is one way you can tell that these people are lying when they claim they went to heaven. How did they come back? Do they know how to come back? Of course not, because they're lying. And then everybody says they're talking to God. They're also lying. God talks to nobody. God makes statements, very short, laconic, like statements. Write your book. I'm afraid of it. Afraid of what? That's it. That's the longest conversation I ever had. I'm afraid of the first page. He says, forget about the first page. Forget about the title. Just write your book. That's what you get with. It seems that God gave me the impossible task of proving God's existence. That's not easy, because if they do, why don't they do something? Well, on a personal level, they did. I had a theophany, meaning I saw God on a horse, told me what to do, and I'm alive today. I was also given information of what kind of herbs to use to remove diseases, like different viruses. I knew that the virus COVID was coming. I was told that it's coming, and I was told it's going to be another variant of HIV, and I should use the same method I used to eradicate HIV. I did get a lot of people well, but I couldn't disseminate the information. I didn't have the means. I didn't have the podium. I didn't have the money. I didn't have anything. So those people that believe me, though, they got well. No, I'm not going to take the COVID vaccine. That's baloney. That's garbage. It only takes about 3 different herbs in combination, and you're going to be fine. The virus is just that, a virus. It's not a monster. It's not a lion. It's not a, you know, it's just a virus. So, but that's another case. I'm here to prove that God exists. I'm going to do more. This is just a prelude of what's going to happen, because I am getting a website, how God's Greek gods do exist, and I'm going to give you more detailed information. But let me give you now in a synopsis what I have done all these years, and yet, yes, I missed 9/11, but I was able to do the George Washington Bridge to interfere with that attempt. I was able to stop the blowing up of a tunnel coming to New York. There was another one that I did. Anyway, the other one, I think, I'm not sure what the third one was. I forgot now. I might remember it in the process. But let me just point out what I've done thus far. Maybe this will convince you that gods do exist. In first time I had a conversation, kind of, or so to speak, I was told that there is a sacrificial lamb that was about the Challenger. The Challenger that went up in 1986. One lady there, McAuliffe, and a few other, Judy Resnick, they're both women there. I think that some very religious people felt that women might whatever do to space, and they don't belong there because they're going to contaminate the space. I think it was a sabotage. And God knew it and told me this is what's going to happen in 3 days, and that's what happened. Another one was, I called up the FAA and I told them about the Tenerife line that took place in the Canary Islands. Two huge planes hit each other, 747s, everybody died. It was one of the worst disasters in the world. I called up the FAA, I talked to a gentleman, he was very receptive. And then about a few years back, I asked him to give me the conversation, a tape of the conversation. They said yes, I should go down 125th Street, pick up the car. I never went. But it is part of Jimmy Cott.